Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to a new episode of Hot Mic. We've got a first-time guest with us today, Jurd from Splyce. Then we got Temp from Echo, Fox, and Apathy from Evil Geniuses. We're going to cover basically the Stage 2 action. We're going to talk a little bit about what happened last week and, look forward to a lot of the matches. But let's kick it off. Let's get right into the CWL debrief, guys. And Temp, I'm sorry for this bit, but we do have our TCL clip of the week, and it had to be the Kenny play, unfortunately, in that 250 to 249 loss. But we're going to talk through this. And, we've talked a lot about the crazy play from Kenny. Can you maybe break it down from your side? Like, what went wrong that allowed this to happen?
Well, as you see, Nato just got that kill right there. I feel like he should have pushed in the gold. All those guys spawning. He could have just sat in the corner and just stopped that play from even happening. But once this kind of happens, kind of just need to trade the kill. I got a kill, got shot in the back. Bryce kind of just falls right onto his screen and gets fried. And then, Yuli got hit fired.
Yeah. I can't even, now, I don't want to be caught in the moment too much, but that's got to be one of the best plays of the year, right? I mean, the fact he kills 4 people to win by 1 second. Have we even seen anything like that this year? Not that I can think of.
It's really hard to make plays like that on Blues.
Insane play.
Well, I have to hear that. What was the comms like for you guys afterwards? Were you basically screwed for the map 5? Like, was it that bad at the end?
No.
I was just curious because I figured that had to
never be like that. That's an important series for us to win.
Well, I saw you guys talking it through after the series, then kind of breaking down what went wrong. Everyone was kind of just trying to discuss it. But right after that, at that point, though, wasn't that big of a deal? Just kind of shrugged it off?
I mean, bro, you get 4 pieces by 1 point, you gotta just keep playing.
Just laugh it off at that point.
That was bad. That can never happen again.
That's one of those plays that we probably don't see again this year. That was nuts. All right, well, let's keep moving forward, guys. We are only a week into this, but I do want to take a look basically at the standings right now for Stage 2 here at the Call of Duty World League, and then we're going to go team by team, talk about your guys' teams, talk about some other squads as well, just to see where everybody sits. So if we can bring it up and just take a look at where we stand, at least through the first week here. Let's check it out. All right, so Red Reserve at the top, sitting at 3-0, and you guys can kind of see the rest of the breakdown there. We're going to go ahead and start from the bottom and work our way up. So let's start talking about Epsilon. Jurd, I'll ask you first and foremost. They're 0-3. They've only won 2 maps. Is that kind of just expected with this particular group?
Yeah, I mean, after their Season 1 performance, you can't really expect much more, especially with this division. There's 7 teams who can beat each other, and then Epsilon just our team out. So, I mean, 0-3 is kind of expected, but I mean, I feel like they can steal a series, maybe.
Well, I'm curious.
It's like, who can they beat?
I know. We've talked about it on trading shots, and that was my biggest concern. They're never going to be the favorites in a series. They're always going to be the underdog. Temp, do you kind of think whoever they steal a series from, when it does happen, is that likely going to be a decider?
Yeah, I feel like they have to win 1. They're not going to go 0-14, and whoever they beat is probably not going to make playoffs at all.
Apathy, I'm sorry, but we will go back to Stage 1. You guys you were able to control your own fate. You guys were the favorites to kind of get that 4th spot, if I remember correct, for playoffs. And then the Epsilon reverse sweep over you guys is where it all kind of fell apart. How are you going to make sure that doesn't happen again?
We're going to make sure to keep our game on. I feel like we're up 2-0, and then we
close it out?
Yeah, we sort of, I don't know, stop trying as hard, if that makes sense. We felt like we had it in the bag, and we definitely can't let that happen again. We just got to make sure we go hard throughout the whole match and take that W.
Well, that might be where they do get their victory, though. It's one of those things where, yes, they're never going to be the favorite, but maybe teams will be a little bit overconfident when you face them. You just see the W on the board that week when you're going against Epsilon, and then you get shot. It's happened to some people on this desk. Well, let's look at the next one. It's going to be FaZe. Now, I think this has got to be one of the more interesting talking points because FaZe has now, they start out 0-3, guys. They were, 12-2 in Stage 1. So they already have more losses than they do in Stage 1 for the entire stage. Apathy, to you first, are you shocked?
I am very shocked, but I'll be honest with you, I think they're going to bounce back. They're a team who won Stage 1 playoffs, and they have a lot of talent on the squad. I also heard that they're making a row swap. I believe Priest is going to be the 2nd sub, and Attach is going to be the flex now, so that might make a difference.
Wow, I didn't know that.
So I think they're going to bring it back. I mean, row swapping sometime usually, just any change in general, usually it's better. It's for the better, so I think they'll bring it back.
It's kind of freshen things up. Jurd, what do you think about maybe this week for FaZe? Is this because they started 0-3 and how competitive this group is week 2 for FaZe do or die?
Yeah, I mean, it's important for us as well. We play them this week, so we want to be going into the game beating them. But I mean, I don't really know what's going on with FaZe. They're 0-3, like you said. They've won stage 1. I don't know what's going on. We haven't scrimmed them or played them, so I've no idea.
Well, in Temp, they were the only team that didn't make a team change. Some people thought they should have, whether it was maybe Attach and Zuma finally parting ways or Replays getting replaced. Like, there were a lot of rumors and speculation. Also, the stuff about Zuma maybe leaving for Optic. And we've heard different things. Do you have a take on this? Why you think they've been struggling?
Not really. I don't know. I just feel like they've been inconsistent all year, to be honest.
It's true.
They have, but I still think every player on that team is good. I think Chris is really underrated. I feel like they'll figure it out. Hopefully not, because we play them. Hopefully they don't, but I'm cool with everyone on that team. I wish them the best. I don't know. I really don't.
Well, here's a question kind of to
actually wait. I have one thing to say.
Sure.
Recently, I feel like Priesta is their explosive player. When he's playing good and he's on, he is absolutely disgusting. And maybe his performance recently is leading to that role change. He hasn't been playing that good recently, so maybe they're just trying to switch it up, because when he's on, he's one of the best players in the game.
Yeah, no, he absolutely can be. What I wanted to ask, have you guys ever been in a spot, I don't know the exact details of what went down with Optic wanting Zuma, but let's say, and I don't know for sure, but let's say Zuma did want to leave and wasn't able to because of whatever fell apart with that particular deal. Have you been in a spot like that before? That has to impact your team, right?
Yeah, I mean, the team's broken at that point.
That's what I'm worried.
I don't think with those group of players, there's certain players that it would impact for sure. Because even our team had a little something that could have happened with Damon or something like that. I mean, we're all professionals. You got to just accept that. I feel like you should not let that break you, unless it was.
They can though.
I mean, they can, but I feel like those guys are really good friends. FaZe guys are really good friends. They wouldn't let that break them. And I mean, you're stuck. There's nothing you can do now.
That's
you know
true.
what I'm saying? There's nothing you can do.
I mean, I feel like I've been there before, and I'm pretty sure other top players have been there before, where you want to leave to a better team because you feel like your team isn't good enough, and you can't because of the contracts, and your team obviously needs you. If they can't get a replacement, then why are they going to make that move for? And I felt like that's how FaZe with Optic. They wanted maybe to get Zuma, but they weren't going to trade a good enough player, so they just didn't go with it. And it is what it is. You got to be professional at the end of the day and just deal with it.
I think we all kind of agree they're going to turn it around. They should. But we'll find out this week, because they need.
Hopefully not this week.
Yeah.
Hopefully not this week. We need to catch a dub.
Well, let's move on to the next team. So we're going to talk about Splyce. You guys are 1-3 right now. Before we break down too much, I kind of want to hear. You missed the first week, right, of stage 1. Felony had to fill in for you. This time, you're here with the squad, obviously, didn't have any kind of travel issues. You're locked and loaded with the team. But now you have a new addition to the team, so you're still trying to kind of figure things out. Has it been kind of some growing pains, at least in week 1?
Yeah, we're still trying to find our feet. The practice in Europe is never great. So each game we play, we're learning a lot. It's unfortunate that we have to learn in these games, but it kind of is what it is. We're making the best of our situation. Obviously, we have a rough start going 1-3, but hoping to turn it around this week.
Now, what's it been like for the team? Because obviously when, we've heard, Scraps talked about on Hot Mic last time, that he was potentially going to be in your guys' squad. Yeah. Red ultimately ended up getting him. And then when you guys got, Josh, who then was off the Red team, it's been pretty mixed, at least from what I've seen from fans. Some people think it's a good change. Some people weren't really all that big about it. Has it affected you guys at all? Just kind of seeing community feedback?
Not really. I will say one thing though. People seem to think we dropped Tom to pick up Josh. That wasn't the case. We dropped Tom because internal issues. Don't want to get into that. We were going to get Scraps. Things didn't go our way, and then we picked up Josh. I mean, Josh is a great player. We're not going to not pick him up.
Well, it's no secret. Everyone knew. I mean, you guys are going after Scraps. Red was too. I mean, Scraps right now is one of the best players in the world. So there's no.
It's just the annoying thing. The fans seem to think we dropped Tom and picked up Josh. It was a 1-for-1 trade. It wasn't that at all.
Yeah, it was a bit of a kind of a panic probably once you saw Red get Splyce or Red get Scraps. You had to figure something out. But we'll see if you guys are able to turn it around. Now, your only win is versus EG and Apathy, and this is going to be painful to watch. But you had a 1v3, you had a 1v4. I actually want to roll these clips, and I want to hear from you how you made this play, and then also from Apathy, I kind of want to hear.
I got a lot to say.
Yeah, how these things happen. So can we hop into these real quick? I'm not sure which we're starting with. It was the 1v3 first?
Yeah.
Okay.
I kind of just played a timing on this, hitting Captain Cut. The guy P1 gave up his cut. Free kill on Eggs for the second because I was behind the bomb. And then I just kept jiggle peeking Assault until I found out where he was, and it was just an easy kill.
From you, though, Apathy. Anything frustrating about this first one?
Adam messed up. He was cave. He was supposed to watch the 4th hard point. He gave it up for a second. That's where Jurd came in. so he messed up that part. Then Silly died, and then Pat could have low-key ran away during that mid-gunfight by the rock, but he over-challenged, and then Adam gave up the cross for 1 second there, and which allowed Jurd to cross and then just finessed him. So
that's how the 1v3 happened.
Yeah, it was mainly Assault's fault.
Assault needs to just watch Cabin Alley, and if he gets shot in the back, then y'all still win.
Exactly, we told him that. He just
he literally played it the only way they can lose.
Yeah,
that's tough to swallow. Yeah. Can we roll the 1v4 then as well? And first, Jurd, obviously, I want you to kind of set the stage for this. How are you going to pull it off?
I honestly don't even know. It was more so EG just kind of messing up and kind of handing it to me. I feel like Silly shouldn't have been on the bomb here, and App tried to help him. Kind of got caught off guard by me jiggle peeking, and then Assault, there's nothing you can do at this point. Glide bomb.
Assault's just like, all right, so next round.
You know what's funny about that glide bomb? In the middle of the glide bomb, I'm like, Adam, you got mountain or something? You gonna go?
Yeah,
and he's like, wait, there's a glide bomb? And he just dies to it.
Yeah, I was wondering why he was just standing there.
I feel like Assault's taking the blame for a couple of these things.
I would take the blame for that 1v4 because it was mainly my fault for over peeking.
Were you the second guy?
Yeah.
So why is that? We hear that a lot. Usually it's the second guy's fault. Do you guys? We've talked about it before on the show, but do you mind kind of breaking down why that's a thing?
Well, it's just like it goes down to makes it a 1v2 first of all in that situation, and on top of that, like. It was my fault because I overchallenged. Like the first guy was Aches, he got picked, which he overchallenged too. But then on top of that, I made the second mistake and I overchallenged and got picked. So at that point, it makes it easier on him to clutch. Like I didn't have to overpeak, I didn't have to get killed, but I did, and that's where I messed up.
Well, it's pretty unreal. 1v3 and a 1v4, and
yeah.
We showed the game 5. It's actually crazy. So EG, Echo Fox, and I believe Team Caliber as well. Like you guys have all played 4 matches. So with the best of 5, there are 20 possible maps you can play. You guys have all played 19. So it's been 3 game 5s and 1 4-game series. Like you're playing a lot of COD. That's for sure. But it's been
practice.
It's been kind of nuts. Was that game 5 kind of tough to swallow then for you guys?
Yes, because it was a reverse. And on top of that, I think that was to go 1-1. So we go down 0-2 right away. And we just felt like we should have won that map. I mean, we threw away 2 huge rounds. And we could even won round 11. I got first blood, but then it sort of all just fell apart. And we just lost that round 2. It was definitely a bad game.
Well, that's what's, I mean, we keep talking about how this division is going to be so competitive and how many game 5s we expected to have. And, like, we're going to look back at some of these little moments, man. Like, it's this one mistake here. And, like, you look at the end. Because think about it. You guys have both played 19 maps. I think it's like one map separates you, but you're 3-1 and you're 2-2. And, like, that one series victory, it comes down to one map. Like,
I know.
But 3-1 looks a hell of a lot better.
I'd be 4-0 if it wasn't for 1 point.
That's true. That's true. From the first clip that we showed.
Yeah.
All right. Well, let's keep moving through it. I do want to hop to. I believe EG is going to be next because you guys are 2-2.
Yeah.
Apathy. We kind of just talked about the fact that you played 19 possible of the 20 maps. You played a lot of COD. I guess what are your biggest takeaways after week 1 for EG?
I would say, one, we need to make sure we were communicating and having that energy mid-match. I feel like during like these league matches, like it's not the same as a tournament, where you're just constantly playing. Just you have a lot of matches to play, and sometimes you just don't bring the same energy you should be bringing into a match. And then also just making sure we're playing smart. Like you saw that 1v3, 1v4, like stuff like that should not be happening. We definitely had a long talk that day after that. And I feel like we're more on the same page about that. We're going to make sure to reduce those mistakes.
So you guys, EG and Echo Fox, you guys matched up in what? Like winter semis at Seattle, right? And EG took it, and then you guys played day 1, right? It was like the second or third match of day 1. What? It was a 5-game series. Temp for you, playing against EG. You guys have had some pretty crazy battles. What are your thoughts on the EG team as a whole?
I feel like they're actually a really solid team. When the roster first formed, I didn't know how good they were going to be, but I feel like they're a really solid team, and I feel like they're going to be a top 4 team and make a playoffs, but I don't know. I
don't know who the hell's going to be top 4.
I feel like they will be. I feel like they're a really solid team. I don't know really much what to say about them. I feel like they're good, and that's it.
I was just curious because you matched up against them a couple times. But we can keep on going through it. I want to talk about Envy next. So Envy is 2-1, and when it kicked off the week, their first win was the 3-0 over FaZe.
Yeah.
And I think everyone, myself included, was like, holy hell, like this is the real deal. But now where you see FaZe sitting at 0-3, Envy's their first week was actually kind of easy, wasn't it? Because they had FaZe, they had Epsilon, and then what was...
It was us.
EG beat them.
Yeah, we beat them.
I mean, it wasn't that easy. Like, because, you know, EG came second at the most recent event.
Well, I mean like Epsilon and... Well, I guess my point is their 2 wins are over the 2-0 wins.
I think the 3-0 over FaZe is impressive, regardless.
Even with the way FaZe is playing?
I feel like that's impressive.
Yeah, I guess that's what I want to get to the bottom of. Like, do you still put stock in that 3-0 considering how FaZe has looked?
A 3-0 is a 3-0, man. Other than... If you 3-0 any team other than Epsilon, that's pretty impressive.
There weren't many 3-0s either. Like,
exactly.
Had a lot of long series.
3-0 is impressive.
But I think they did play FaZe for their first match, and I feel like every first match, it's tough. Like, sometimes you just don't come in with the energy and like how you're supposed to play, I feel like. So just probably FaZe got caught off guard maybe.
And I think for you, we talked about the fact that it's Seattle, what carried MD was their hard point. Even here, their hard point been lights out, but I think you're the only team that took a hard point off them, right?
Yeah.
Like once they actually lost a hard point, they lost the series. Like it feels like they have to win 1 and 4 or they're in trouble.
Yeah, I mean, they're a really good hard point team. I feel like they're finally starting to get better and improve on everything else. They're you know, getting better in general. So I feel like they're going to get better the more the league goes on.
You think they're going to be a team? You think they'll be in the top 4 once it's all said and done?
That's tough for me to answer, but I do think they have the potential. Like, they definitely can be.
Well, I think everybody does, basically.
Everything does.
Okay, let's keep moving on. So we're going to go over to Echo Fox next and talk about you guys. Just first off, how do you feel after first week?
I feel like we should have went 4-0. I feel like we're still in a good spot. We come out and win at least 2 of our matches this week. Obviously, shoot for 3-0, but if we win at least 2, I'm fine with that. Yeah, we're just kind of in a good spot. We're in like a situation where like if we fix a little bit of things, we can be a really, really good team. And right now, I think we're just a pretty good team. So we just got to keep working.
A lot of potential, though.
Yeah, a lot of potential. For
sure. I think it's funny because, and this probably speaks to the competitiveness again of the division, but I believe Ake said on Twitter that they should be 4-0. You guys feel like you should be 4-0. I talked to Mad Cat at the gym the other day, and he's like, a couple small mistakes. Like we could be 4-0. Like even your series with Red, it was a 3-0 for Red, but it was what? It was like a 30-point hard point, a round 11 S&D, and like a 1 cap game.
It was like the smallest things that decided the series, so
which
it could have gone either way.
And I kind of agree with everyone though. Like everyone really could be 4-0, which is nuts. Yeah, that's true. That's true. So,
everyone could be 4-0 right now.
which is wild. Again, just speaks to how crazy this group is. For you guys, though, one thing I do want to ask: we spoke about how Envy has been very good in hardpoint. Yeah. You guys were pretty abysmal at Seattle. I think you had like a 27% win rate, something like that. You come here, and I think you're 3-5 right now, but 2 of your hardpoint victories are over Epsilon. Yeah. So I kind of look at it as you're almost like 1-5 right now. If you talk about against your actual competition, what's going wrong for you guys in hardpoint?
I feel like we just need to figure it out as a team. A lot of things are going wrong in the game. Realistically, we have gotten better since Seattle. If you look at the actual scores of the game.
In one series, you had a 250-249 and a 250-247. So.
Yeah. The scores of the game have gotten a lot closer. At Seattle, we were getting blown out, you know. Seattle, we were getting blown out, and we were all, like, even. So we had, like, zero idea how to play. So we've definitely improved. It's not where we want it to be, but I just feel like we just make a lot of mistakes right now, and we just got to fix them.
Well, is there anything in particular you think happening? You've obviously lost some nail biters. Like, not just those 2. There's been more, but those 2 in the one series. Like, is there something wrong with this team down the stretch right now? At least in hardpoint?
No, it's not that. 'Cause I mean, if you look at the other game modes, we're really clutch down the stretch.
Sure.
So it's not that. It's just we're just making way too many mistakes, and it's more of like we'll make a mistake where it gives the other team a chance for Kenny to get the 4-piece. You know, like if in that clip, if Nato got 2 kills and ran backwards, you should never do that in Call of Duty for the most part. Camp a corner where you are, and Kenny won't even get out of gold right there. It's just little stuff like that. The game shouldn't come down to that, but once it does, you know, close it.
Well, we'll see if you guys can turn it around because you've been good in search, you've been good in CTF.
You've been really good in those 2 modes.
Like, what did you say to me earlier today? You're like, if we win 50% of our hard points,
we might win we could probably win the event because we've been winning all of our S&Ds and CTFs like consistently. I've never been on a team like that, so it's weird.
I think that team, that's usually kind of rare. I mean, when you take a look at typically top teams are usually good hardpoint teams for the most part. Like look at I mean, what was the stat I saw the other day? It was like it was Optic Gaming's Dynasty and Complexity's Dynasty. Like it wasn't their surge. Their surge was like 50-50. Their hard points were like 70-80%. It's like it's interesting to it's just weird to me because your team, like when I look at you guys on paper and all the players, like I feel like you should be very good at hardpoint. You shouldn't just aren't. I do want to talk about the other mode, Search, though. Aqua, I believe, had one of the top, if not top KDs in Search at Seattle. He has like a 1.5 right now. Why has he been, I guess, seeing so much success right now, at least statistically in Search? He's just an
S&D star. He came from S&D. When I was like 11 years old, I actually credited him in a tournament. They just know, him and Bryce just know S&D. I don't know what it is. They just know it. They know what to do in every situation. They know what to do off the rip. They just know what to do in Search. And Bryce's stats might not be like Aqua's, nowhere near, because he's like doing the dirty work stuff, like on St. Marie's, running the B-bomb, just getting.
Is he your shot caller though for Search?
Yeah,
because I know he used to be on Elevate and stuff.
Bryce is for sure. So like, they just know what to do. I don't know. I don't know what they do, to be honest. I've never been good at Search. All my teams never been good at Search.
When you got Aqua having a 1.5 and clutching basically every 1v3 he sees, I think you're all right.
Yeah, but even for me though, like I've been playing way better in Search. I probably average like a 0.7 in Search this year. On this team, I definitely have a 1 at least.
I mean, you guys are.
I don't know what it is. It's just easy to play with them. I don't know.
That's a good feeling to have when you join a team. Probably easy to play with them. But let's keep moving through it, guys. I do want to talk about Team Caliber next. They are 3-1, and I think for me, I don't want to say surprised necessarily, but I don't think that I expect them to be 3-1 after week 1. I didn't know what to expect from Enable on this team, but Jurd, Enable's look solid and everything outside of probably Search, but what have you liked about Enable on this particular roster?
Like you said, they're kind of a surprise. You know, maybe it's not the right word to use, but we played in the first game of the league. We went in pretty confident. You know, they have Enable over Methods. We assume they're going to be slightly worse, and you know they just blew us out of the water. We felt like we could have took that series fairly easily, and we ended up getting blown out 3-1. So I don't know. They just caught us off guard, and they're kind of impressing me, really.
Yeah, I mean, I was critical of it. You know, I think a lot of people were, just because, when you pictured how good Methods has been, and at least what Enable has been this particular year, he hasn't really been the Enable that we've known and loved over the past couple of years, but seems to have slotted in perfectly as long as he can fix the Search, which he's been struggling there. So what, Jurd, you guys lost to TK. Temp, you did as well, because the crazy hard points. After that series, though, obviously you had the hard point woes, but what did you think, maybe less about what maybe you guys did wrong? What impressed you about Team Caliber in particular?
Well, compared to Seattle, Kenny is playing like how he played at the beginning of the year. He's playing a lot better. I feel like he's definitely been, if there was like an MVP of our group so far, it'd be him. He's been playing really, really well. Pharaoh actually played really well versus FaZe. So I think when you're just having your sub-players just explode like that and just make plays, it's pretty easy. I think Enable is not that much of a downgrade from Methods. He's playing fine. But I just think Kenny and Pharaoh are just really, really stepping it up right now.
Well, you mentioned Pharaoh. Apathy for you. I think some people would maybe think Pharaoh was a risky pick maybe to some degree when you brought him on to the TK roster. But what have you thought so far of Pharaoh on TK?
I mean, I thought before he even was on TK, I thought he was pretty nasty. He was a really good explosive sub-player and just a guy who can get a lot of kills. He would get streaks. He would miss his streaks a bit, but, you know, he would get them.
Everybody on Arrow.
Yeah, so, I mean, it was a little risky because he's still new. He's a new talent. He still probably needs more experience. He needs just to go to more events and things like that. But, I mean, he's definitely a beast. Definitely fits the squad well.
Yeah, we continue to watch these young Search and Destroy guys excel, I think, for the most part. It started kind of with Priest of this year. That was a big question mark. He's proved everybody wrong. Now we got Decimate and Pharaoh and these young guys coming in that have looked good. I mean, you mentioned Aqua came from a similar sort of background.
That's the thing, because hardpoint's the easiest game mode to learn. S&D is the hardest one to learn. Like Enable, you might not never learn. Even me.
Yeah, if you don't know now, you're in trouble.
I'm probably never going to fully master it either.
I just think it takes a lot of time and practice, and we don't really play S&D much, so that's the biggest problem.
We never play S&D. The only time we play Search are in these matches. Think about that.
Yeah. So it's
hard. That's the pro players' faults, but it's just how it is.
Well, I remember talking to I think I was during stage 1. I was talking to Formal about Search and the fact that you don't scrim and stuff. And he's like, dude, I play so many tournaments with people like Pharaoh and those guys. He's like, it helps me immensely.
I
play with them all the time.
In Black Ops 3, I was grinding like wagers and tournaments like mid Black Ops 3, and I got really good at Search. I just understood.
It's weird practice. It helps.
Yeah, it helps a lot.
Yeah, I'm sure. Well, that's that'll be interesting because I mean we're coming on the stretch. We got basically stage 2 playoffs, Anaheim champs. I don't know. I just wonder if maybe some of these teams put more time into search down the stretch if we'll see it pay off come the end.
Like my team, we don't even have strats. We don't. We win all of our searches. We don't even have strats. We literally freestyle. Bryce had to.
Well, that just killed everything we said about practice and everything. Never mind.
Just saying, Bryce literally just says something at the beginning, and then we just do it.
Well, to be fair, sometimes for search, probably just having just a vocal leader and the other three maybe trusting him, just being on the same page.
Exactly.
Even if it's a horrible call, like I'll hit this or something. If you all do it, though, it can work.
Exactly.
I mean, as long as you guys are on the same page and the communication's there. All right, well, let's talk then about the final team, I believe, which is going to be Red Reserve. They're 3-0. I'm assuming for you, Jurd, it's got to be tough in a way to see them at the top, especially after you guys tried to get scraps and everything. But what do you think about Red with scraps right now?
I mean, they're first in the league. They're the real deal. They really are this good. I'm not sure what their schedule is like this week, but I'm fairly confident they could finish out this stage.
Well, they played who? They played Epsilon. They played Team Caliber, and then they played Splyce. So, well, yeah, this week's gonna be tough.
Yeah,
they're gonna have.
I feel like their game against Echo Fox, that could be a real tester for them, but I'm more than confident they can do it.
That's probably gonna be their biggest test. Yeah.
Echo
Fox. Yeah.
I mean,
I have a lot of pressure on you, bro.
Well, I mean, you guys can't win a hardpoint, right? So.
Can win one.
Good luck. We can win one.
Win one.
You're gonna need to, I think. Unless I guess you can go 2-3-5 and work it out that way. For the North American guys, like, is this this Red team now with scraps? So I think we all agree is one of the. I mean, I think we can say he's the best player in Europe right now, and maybe one of the best players in the world with how he's been. Is this Red team going to be a consistent contender at the top, like the top North American teams?
Me personally, I don't know. I feel like it's way too early. We got to see how they play.
It's only been a week.
Yeah, they played 3 matches.
Yeah.
I will say I played them in Seattle when they had Josh, and we beat them pretty bad. I just felt like they were sort of downhill. They sort of lost confidence in each other. And it's like what I was talking about earlier about making that change. It's just a new player into the team. I feel like it's just a breath of fresh air. And it's definitely going to help them play better. And on top of that, Scraps, I mean, he's just a good player. So I'm not sure what to like see what happens in the future, but they're going to be a good team for sure.
It's tough. I mean, we're having a conversation a weekend. Like,
yeah, exactly.
I can't tell with that team yet at all.
Yeah.
FaZe might not lose another match. Red may lose all of them. Who knows? Like, it's still very, very early. But the one thing, you mentioned kind of the vibes when you have a change. Like, I won't claim to be in their comms all the time or hear how things are, but there were times when Josh was on the team that I just walked by when they were on the main stage.
Yeah.
It just didn't seem great. You can just tell it wasn't like a positive vibe. And then I saw them up there with Scraps saying before their first or second match, and you know how mad he is. Like, Scraps, they're just all laughing, goofing off. Like, it was
well, you gotta wait until they lose first.
You're right.
Yeah.
If you're a brand new team and you haven't lost, I mean,
I know.
You should have seen how our vibes were going into Sunday at Seattle, man. Like, if you're a brand new team you haven't lost, you're gonna be feeling really, really, really good.
Yeah, I think
you gotta wait until they lose first.
Rated said something similar to that. He wants to see how they react when they actually lose. So like,
they're gonna lose eventually.
and Scraps has at times not been the best loser. I mean, he's one of those guys that gets pissed, goes on Twitter right away. Like, he's thrown shots at teammates before. Like,
I don't think he was doing it against this team, though. With this team,
yeah, I think there's probably a lot more
respect.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
there's some just the quality of players, just the prestige of some of these guys compared to what these
old teammates.
Yeah, no, I think you're right, but it'll be interesting. We'll see if they can keep it up. But that's going to do it. At least talking about week 1 of Stage 2 for Division A. I don't want to touch on it too much, but I do want to just take a look at Division B, and I just kind of want to hear from each of you. We'll start with you in the end, Apathy. Which of these teams have you actually scrimmed recently?
How recent are we talking about here?
Let's say, I don't know, past
before we left?
2-3 weeks? Yeah.
We scrimmed Complexity, LG, Optic, pretty much it. Rides a couple times.
Thoughts maybe on this new Optic gaming roster? Anything that's out for you guys in the scrims?
Usually when we scrim them, we split map count, and we switch hosts, their hosts, our hosts. They're definitely a really good team. They have a lot of potential. I think it's just going to increase as they go on. They're going to keep getting better and better. But right now, definitely they're not at their full potential, but definitely a nasty squad.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting. I mean, I've heard some scores that have been kind of shocking, at least from some of their other series. So.
Yeah.
But again, online, who knows? I mean, yes, we've seen it transfer almost 1-to-1 at times. Like online performance, LAN performance has been the same, but yeah, I don't know. I'm not sure. I think they should be good, but we'll have to we'll have to wait and see. It's almost impossible for them not to be good, but I guess they're going to be good. Will they be great? I guess is the question. Like, are they going to be
they'll be like a top 4 team at least.
I think so too.
They could be the number 1. I don't know. We'll have to wait and find out. We'll talk about Optic then. What about you, Temp? Any of these teams you've scrimmed kind of recently?
We played Optic, United, LG, Rise.
Any big takeaways from any of those particular scrims for the Division B teams?
I feel like Rise is still the best team.
Yeah.
I think they're the favorite in that group for sure. I think Optic's better than LG right now. I don't know how if that's still true.
I heard they beat them 250-70 on a hard point or something. A bunch of people tweeted me like, "What do you think of Formal now?" I was like, "You're 2 mean 1 minute."
I've been hearing LG has not been playing too well from what I've been hearing.
I've heard that too.
We played LG. They were using the ITRA, so we're both using the ITRA, so I don't know how to judge that.
And this is you got to remember. Well, Cap also just moved to Southern California and stuff, so I don't know if their scrims have been all over the place with him kind of moving and stuff. I don't know. But anything, I agree, though. Most of the stuff I've heard hasn't been the most positive, so it's going to be interesting.
Yeah, so I think their team has a lot of potential, though, because if Formal gets back to Formal, then they are going to be disgusting.
Yeah, I mean, we'll see. I mean, Formal might continue to be not – I mean, we can say over the last 3 titles, he was maybe the best AR across.
He was the best player.
Yeah, best player.
Best player past 3 games.
Would I be shocked if 2 months from now he is again that? I wouldn't be shocked. Is he going to be? I don't know, but I wouldn't blow my mind if all of a sudden he was again. Especially, you got to think he's got a new fire to some degree. I would imagine. Go ahead.
I was about to say we played Cole. I think we rage quit after the first. They're completely unplayable.
I've heard. I've seen so many tweets about Dashy when it comes to like online play.
Teams choose not to scrim them just because how like frustrating online jokes people say.
What was it? Vance, I think, tweeted the other day. He's like, I've just met Dashy online or something like that. He's like, never again.
We scrimmed for the first time and it was rough.
Oh God.
Yeah, I bet.
Yeah, dude.
Well, Dashy, at least for the most part, statistically backs it up on LAN as well. But I've heard he is
last too.
Yeah, he was.
People are getting fried by Dashy. Don't forget about Black.
What about for you? You mentioned Complexity. Any of the other teams you played that you have thoughts on?
We scrimmed Optic and United. I don't know. The maps were relatively close. We took a few maps here and there, but the Optic team is definitely better than the previous team. Wow. United, the same, really. You know, just Pristini and Fellow. They're just a good duo. But, I mean, the maps are relatively close, but it's hard to take much from online, like you said.
All right, well, we'll have to wait and see. We got what we have this week, and then you guys will be taking off for a couple weeks. We'll have Division B then coming in, and I don't know. I'm excited to see how it goes. It seems kind of top heavy, like it should be easy to call, but I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. But let's head to our next segment then. That is going to be CWL Declassified. Really, I want to take a look just at the upcoming schedule then for this week, because obviously you play 7 matches over your 2-week schedule when you come in. Some of you guys played 3, some have played 4, and some have had easier matchups. And now we get into the kind of nitty-gritty of it. I do want to talk about a couple of the matchups we have here and just talk about notable ones. So, Jurd, for you, the first match of the week for you is going to be against Envy. What do you guys need to do to come out and beat Envy, who've looked pretty strong?
I feel like it's just winning first map. Like, we never be able to win first map for some reason, and then our S&D has always been kind of 50-50, so no, like, we can go into series being 2-0 down just because of how, like, inconsistent we are, so to speak. If we grab that first respawn, I feel like we're in a good position, but...
They've been really good at hardpoint.
Yeah, it depends which Envy shows up on the day, because, I mean, they 3-0'd FaZe. Like you said, they blew them out, so who knows what.
That's true. That's very true. Any other matchup that you're really like kind of looking forward to maybe for this week?
Not really. Just taking it game by game. Doesn't really matter who we play. Just gonna go in and play our game. Really.
Well, you're 1-3 right now, so you guys need a big week.
Yeah.
You need a strong week for sure. Temp. Day 2 then. So Wednesday you're going to be playing Red Reserve. So that's the matchup I think a lot of us are looking forward to, because I think if I had to make a case for the 2 best teams right now. I mean, I think you guys in Red you could definitely make a case for either of you. So how important is this matchup to your squad?
I mean, all 3 of the games are really, really important. I think if we beat FaZe tomorrow, like let's say we beat them in a hardpoint 3-0, then we may show up and just smoke red. I played against them before. They're a solid team. I mean, I'm obviously feeling confident going into the match.
That's a tough week right there. Just, well, if FaZe gets back to what we expect, and then you have red as well.
I feel like it's dependent on the FaZe match, because if we beat FaZe pretty badly, then we'll go into red really confident. I think we'll pretty much smoke them. But we have to see. I mean, they're a really, really good team. Their respawn with Scraps is really, really good. I don't know about their search that much, but
they've been winning their searches, which I think Scraps, that was his primary concern.
Oh yeah, Scraps has been playing really well in S&D.
Yeah, they had concerns there, but they've been looking good.
We'll have to see. I don't know. Like I said, They played Epsi, TK, and who? Splyce.
Splyce, yeah.
So I don't know. I don't know how to rate them yet, to be honest.
It's true.
They are 3-0, and we're looking forward to the match.
All right, well, let's talk to you. Okay. Day 3, then, on Thursday, you are going to be going up against Team Caliber. I think Team Caliber is another team that you can say has looked really, really strong.
Yeah.
How do you win that match? You've been going to a lot of Game 5s. TK as well. You both have played 19 maps. Is that going to be one of those? Is that going to be one of those Game 5 series?
Honestly, it might be a Game 5. I think we're both really good teams, so it's definitely just. I think we got to play our vetoes right. They're really good at a lot of hard points, and we tend to sometimes struggle on some of them, but we've improved a lot. So it's going to be, because we played them at Seattle, so we had sort of a feel kind of how they play, even though obviously Enable is a new player. But yeah, I think we just got to come out with our game and play hot.
I had a question for you about just kind of your squad. I think it was Nameless was on the desk with Chance, and it's when you guys were going to play Envy. And Chance was basically like, yeah, Envy's winning this. They've been so good in hardpoint, blah, 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 blah. But Nameless said he talked to, I believe, Bevel's your coach, spoke to him a little bit about stuff and felt good about you guys getting the victory. I want to know, I guess, how helpful has Bevel's been to the squad?
He's been definitely really helpful. I would say mainly in Search and Destroy, though. He's helps us a lot on that aspect. And Respawn, he just tells us things here and there sometimes, but he's been really helpful. I think S&D is a big, I mean, it's 2 maps of the best 5, so it's really important. So he's definitely been extremely helpful with us.
We'll see if he can continue to provide, I mean, a Search, with the series the way they've been going for you guys, you're going to get 2 searches more often than not. So some improvement there is definitely going to be big. Now, so right now, our top 4 is what? Red, TK, Echo, Fox, Envy. Yeah. Do you think that there's any kind of massive shakeup after week 2?
Yeah. Because EG, I mean,
does FaZe come alive and all of a sudden they're
EG's not in the top 4, right?
We're 5th right now.
They're 5th. Yeah.
Well, they have the head-to-head versus Envy, and don't they? Do they have another game ahead of Envy or something?
EG's played 4, Envy's only played 3.
Okay, so I think EG will get in the top 4. By the end of the next week, I think EG will get in the top 4.
Because it'll be EG's got the best chance, obviously, because they're 2-2.
They have the head-to-head versus Envy too.
And Splyce, you guys have the 1 win, and FaZe and Epsilon obviously looking for their first. Yeah. Is there any chance somehow FaZe in the top 4 after this week? Could they come out and go 4-0 and be in the top 4?
I don't think so.
No.
Not this.
In this group, yeah.
That means they would have to beat me. No,
that ain't happening. That ain't happening. All right.
Just praying that doesn't happen yet.
Well, let's. I kind of want to move forward a little bit. We're not going to touch on it too much, but I didn't cast 2 days in week 1 because I actually left to go to the Black Ops 4 reveal. We got to see a lot. We saw some zombie stuff. We saw a Blackout trailer. We saw the multiplayer trailer. I do want to run the multiplayer trailer. I believe if we can take a look at that. I kind of want to talk to you guys and just hear. Well, Jurd, we can start with you. Anything you saw that you're really excited for when you talk about multiplayer for Black Ops 4?
Just the look of it, to be honest. It just looks similar to Black Ops 3. I love that game. And
it's really colorful, right?
Yeah, the colors are really good on it as well, yeah. It looks like a really good game. Like, I don't know what to say, really. It's just...
well, you got to play it, right?
I like the colors a lot. A lot. Whenever you spawn out in World War II, it's just gray.
Gray. Well, to be fair, it's a lot different when, like, World War II, Call of Duty World War II is obviously a lot of the maps are based off of real locations. Yeah, exactly. So it's not like all of a sudden, we're in Arden Forest and there's like red flags and balloons everywhere. Yeah. Like that. That's just kind of the aesthetic of what they were going for. But I get what you're saying, though. It definitely it looks to be a lot more vibrant.
Visually, it just looks great.
Grass.
I am really, really, really excited for this because, well, I mean, there are some. I think my two of my favorite CODs were Black Ops 2 and Black Ops 3, and this seems to have definitely seems to have some vibes from both those games. So it'll be really, really exciting once this comes. Obviously, we have till October 12th, and there's gonna be a beta at some point. But really excited to see. And well, for you, I mean, App, you were the reigning champ for Black Ops 3. So if we're talking Treyarch titles, like you were the world champ. Treyarch's coming back, and are you winning? You're winning champs for Black Ops 4?
Yeah, I'm bringing the old Envy squad back.
There you go. Oh God, I did love that team.
Great team.
I'm just trying to think if there was anything I really wanted to ask you guys about.
What about the attachment things? Like there's certain attachments for different guns or something like that?
Yeah, well, that's more of a, probably like a visual thing, and for unlocking it, I know they at least spoke about it during the keynote that they're going to have, different looking attachment, I believe, for every single gun. Which
it just looks different, but it's the same attachment?
I believe, well, no, there might have been, no, what was it called? There was one unique thing that each gun had. It was called some kind of mod, I believe, but I think for the attachments, they're the same things. They just look different on some of the guns. The other thing I did want to roll, and we can kind of talk over it, the Blackout clip, because I know, I mean, it's no secret. I think Vonderhaar said the exact same thing. He's like, we've all been playing Battle Royale games. Like, it's no surprise. It's been very popular right now, and they said, we wouldn't have done a BR mode unless we could do it the Treyarch way, the Call of Duty way. I know after this, I was really excited just to see.
Same.
Oh, you haven't seen this yet? Oh, well, then you can watch it for the first time. But it's not gameplay yet. It's just sort of showing the scale of it, and kind of you can use your imagination to some point. But I believe they said, you're gonna have characters from the different zombie stuff, characters from I think like the entire Call of Duty franchise, weapons from like the entire Call of Duty franchise. It sounded pretty awesome. App, I know you've played a lot of BR. We played together before. Is this something you're excited for?
I'm super excited about this. I think it's going to bring a lot of more fans and viewership into Call of Duty, which is awesome. And I think it's going to be fun. It's going to be, just like you said, a Call of Duty type of BR style, which I think they're going to kill it, and I think they're going to do an amazing job.
So this will show, I mean, basically, well, you'll see. If so, who hasn't seen it? Temp and Jurd?
Yeah, I haven't seen it.
Yeah, you'll sort of see. They start to show the scale of like how big this can actually be. What they say, like 1,500 times bigger than Nuketown or something like that. Was
like 10,000 nukes.
Yeah,
Nuketowns.
But no, it definitely looks to be pretty crazy. What I was excited for, and I think I saw Adam tweet about the other day, is like, well, think about the potential of this just for fun stuff. Like, let's imagine it's Anaheim and we have an all-star match or something. Yeah. So instead of just having like we've done different creative things with the all-star match, but all of a sudden you throw a bunch of pro teams in like the BR in Blackout. That'd be pretty wild.
It's cool that they're gonna have vehicles too.
Well, I think it's land, air, and sea is what it said, right?
So you get I guess helicopters, boats. As a team.
That's the whole map right there. That's actually crazy.
And again, there was nothing like incredibly official. It was just sort of a sneak peek. So will the map look like that when it comes out?
Launch?
Who knows? I believe they said it's going to be what we have. There's three zombies maps coming at launch. The multiplayer, obviously, and then Blackout. Yeah, I mean that's what they were speaking about. I don't know that they ever officially said like, hey, this will be ready at launch. So don't take my word for it. But at least that's sort of what at least the presentation gave the vibe of. Yeah. Available when the game comes out. So
that's actually sick.
No, that'll be awesome. All right, so we talked a little bit about Blackout, and then obviously the multiplayer as well. We're excited for Black Ops 4, but we're not done. We still have Call of Duty World War II, and again, the biggest time of year. We have the $500,000 playoff. We have Anaheim around the corner, and then we have Champs, which is always the best thing in the damn world. I know for me as a caster, Champs is the best thing ever. But
I love the atmosphere.
Me too. Let's head to our next segment. That's going to be player intel. So we're going to talk about some various tweets and stuff from the community. Apathy, I think we're going to start with you.
Okay.
I actually thought this was serious at first, and I was going to ask you to explain it, but then you told me before the show it was a joke. But let's bring up the tweet. It was somebody asking about the gray hair, and you responded, and I think basically said, "I've had them since I was 2." And so that was a joke. I believe
it was a joke.
I thought it was like a medical thing or something.
Well,
you were gonna have some crazy story, like you were struck by lightning as a baby, and now your hair's been gray.
I think my dad actually told me once that I did have like a gray hair when I was like 4 or 5, but. I like something that was people don't know. In high school, I had a lot of gray hairs, and like every week or so, I would get a tweezer and pluck them out because I hated how it looked. Because it would be like a couple gray hairs and a patch of black hair. So I've definitely been having gray hairs for a long time. Yeah, you can see you can't see because my hair is shaved, but I have a lot of white hairs.
Well, no, you lucked out. See, we're both lucky people because one, we're good looking. But two, like. Some people probably wouldn't look great with gray hair, but like for you, it works. Like it looks like kind of cool.
That's what my wife tells me. She's like, "You look good in it."
No, it looks. And me, like unfortunately, I went bald, but thankfully, like for my head, it kind of works. Like I'd have like a weird like shaped head or something. So we get by. We still look good.
Babe.
All right. Next up, Jurd. This is one of the dumber things I've seen tweeted. Can we show Jurd's tweet? I just want to know how this happened. I can't believe I've just watched the series finale of the Punisher, thinking it was the first episode. So, how did you get through the whole? Did you get through the whole episode?
Yeah. I was doing an all-nighter at the time. I was trying to fix my sleeping schedule, so I was kind of a bit delusional.
I'm ready to binge this show.
Yeah, and then
start with the finale.
I just ended up watching the finale.
Did you rewatch it or not?
Did somebody, like, were you on a shared Netflix account? Like, someone had already watched it, so you hopped? Like, how did you even get to the final episode?
I have no idea. Like I said, it was early in the morning. I didn't know what was going on.
That's hilarious.
Hey, this is why you get sleep.
Actually,
this is why you sleep.
Yeah,
lack of sleep is like literally your brain just starts to like die. Like when you don't sleep, like this is the type of stuff that happens. That's amazing. Did you go back and watch the rest then?
No, the whole series is ruined for me now. That's it, done.
The show's awesome
you watch season 2?
I didn't even know there was a second season.
I mean, it's not out yet, but I'm saying when it comes out, you watch that.
Yeah. We'll see. I might watch the finale again.
I like to think that if I would have started the finale, like at some point 5 to 10 minutes in, I would be like, this isn't right. Yeah. The fact you got through the whole thing, though, that is truly incredible.
There's like no backstory? You didn't realize no backstory, anything?
I don't know what was going on.
I was just so tired. Okay, Temp, you're up next. We're going to show a clip from, you did a podcast with Nameless, and you had a couple, well, you said a lot of things. But can we actually roll the clip? We'll see the part I'm talking about.
What is it?
And I feel like if they lose the first match, they come out with a flower and make sure they go 1-1. Like I don't think there's an 0-2 or a 2-0, personally, because I think you have two tough matches.
I'm gonna pick Echo Fox for this one, dude. I don't know why. I just feel like
I think it relies off the first match. That's weird to say, but I don't, dude. It's
that's true. If Nato loses that match,
curtains.
Game
well, dude,
one,
you
better put on for the squad. In
it's
that
so
match.
hard to predict in this game, though.
Listen,
this game
bro,
is so close.
I don't want to say it too crazy.
Say it.
What do you mean?
No, come on and say it.
Say it.
Yeah, come on.
Wait, what? I don't need to say
You can't.
that. I don't need to say anything
Bro,
crazy.
All right,
Listen, bro, watch the matches tomorrow. Peep the gameplay. And we'll leave it at that.
Yeah,
we
know you're really good. You are
we'll
good.
move on to.
I'm fantastic. Listen, bro. This is how you can judge things. Have I lost it, TK?
Oh, that's true.
No.
Oh, you have
all year.
Most likely, unless history finally doesn't repeat itself, I'll probably win that match.
Wow.
You didn't win.
Yeah.
Wait, hold on.
In fact,
why'd you cut out the stuff where I said about EG? I said we're gonna beat them too.
Oh, did you? I don't know. I just like the fact that you talked about Team Caliber and then you managed to blow a 120-point lead in the hard point and also lose 250, 249 after Kenny killed your entire team at the end. That is why you don't make those comments. To be fair, you did try not to. You sort of tried not to, and then I think you like gave in. I almost pictured you had like, you know, when you see the movie, like there's like the angel on one shoulder and like the demon on the other, and they're like arguing. Like it's like finally the demon won. You're like, screw it.
But I said something about EG too, so I was right about that.
That's true.
I was like,
50.
when we play EG, we're not playing Saint Marie again, and we didn't play Saint Marie and we won.
That's true. No one should play.
So I was halfway correct.
Red. If there was like, for what, Red and EG, I would never face those teams in Saint Marie ever. No, just. What were you guys like? What were you like 6 or 7-0 at Seattle? Like,
They're undefeated in Saint Marie search and hard points. So I just vetoed both of them.
Yeah, get them the hell out of there. All right, well, I just want to see that because it made me laugh. All right, let's move on to our next section now, guys. This is going to be the community section. So you send in your questions with the hashtag MLG Hot Mic, and we like to go through them, see what you guys have for our players here. I believe our first one is going to be for Temp. We'll pull that up. This is for Temp. How does it feel playing with a new group of teammates?
Great question.
Well, can you compare maybe like sort of what it's like now with this squad versus Envy?
Well, Envy was like going into Envy. I mean, we teamed before. We were going in diluted, thinking we're gonna win multiple events.
Oh, you don't say. I mean, you did. What was the team name for the first?
2018 World Champs.
Yeah.
Listen, man, we were going into that pretty diluted. We had super duper, probably unreasonable expectations, and we had very bad. Everything was just bad because of the expectations we had. And going into this team, I kind of went into it like with no expectations. I mean, I was like, whatever happens, whatever. I don't care. I'm just gonna play and try to get better. And yeah, I don't know. It just feels like refreshing because I never played with these guys before at all. Like,
what was your best finish with Envy? It was 4th, right? What was that, Atlanta?
Atlanta, yeah.
Atlanta. So
we got 4th this year.
Yeah, and you get your first event with a new team. You already kind of matched your best. Is there anything that maybe really positive about this Echo Fox team versus before? Like something that really stands out that you like about playing with Echo Fox?
Well, before, like, criticism-wise, it's a lot better because our Envy team, me and Austin just pretty much said everything, and then Kyler and Nick just didn't really say much at all. And on this team, like, I pretty much say almost everything, but they at least, like, bounce off of it and stuff like that. Like, they'll like react. Like, I don't know how to explain it. Like, they at least, like, I feel like
they take some feedback and you have a discussion about stuff.
Yeah. I feel like we can, like, fix stuff. I feel like we can actually fix stuff. My MV team, if it was messed up, it wasn't getting fixed, I feel like. So, like, it was just no coming back from that.
Well, it's probably a good feeling to know, there's, like, potential to fix your problems.
Yeah.
I think you're just going to argue and go in circles about something.
Yeah. That's how I feel like it is. I feel like we don't argue in circles. Like, I feel like we can actually fix stuff on this team. And it's just, like, it's just so refreshing. Like, I feel like even Formal, like, he's playing with people who he hasn't played with. He played with Cat before, but he didn't play with the other two. It's probably just refreshing, just playing with those same people for so long. And just getting in a new environment, like, it's just refreshing. Like, it just feels good.
Well, I'm excited. I think you guys have, I think we can all agree, that box has a lot of potential. I'm excited to see how far you guys can push it. But we can't get to the next question. This is going to be for Apathy. I forgot this was a question. We already started talking about this, but I'm going to go ahead and show it anyway.
Okay.
Will the NB gang get back together for Black Ops 4 to win champs like they did in Black Ops 3?
100%. That's my Black Ops 4 team. You didn't know? We talked about it
sorry,
in the DMs.
EG.
Yeah, sorry, EG. Sorry, everybody else. It's
Why can't it be under EG?
That's true, man.
Hey, that's true. He has a good point.
But no, that's one of my favorite teams all time. I'll still never do that. That listening, man. You beat United
comeback
was still like
insane.
one of the greatest.
I actually
things I've
watched it
ever
like a
listened
month
to.
ago.
It gives me chills, dude.
Yeah, it was actually crazy. Bro. Insane.
What was it again? Down 8-0 or down 10-0?
I think it was down 10-0. And then we brought it back.
That was unreal. No, that's one of my favorite moments, like in the history of competitive Call of Duty. That was
Can we
awesome.
bring Uplink back?
No, dude, I love Uplink. I love it. I absolutely love
it. Give us a good Uplink.
Yeah.
On the boot.
I never really actually tried it in this game, to be honest with you.
It was weird.
It just didn't work.
It wasn't that good, but like dude, I can't scrim. I mostly only scrim hardpoint. When it hits the CTFs, I literally go off in a daze. It's so boring. Uplink, I used to get on and just try to like world star people with the ball, like hit buzzer, like it was just way more fun.
No, I mean Uplink is definitely one of my favorite modes of all time. But yeah, no, it definitely made more sense in the jetpack eras though, for sure.
Yeah.
I mean the movement certainly starting with what AW. Yeah, I mean, it's just a lot of highlight material there, for sure. But I do love that, even though there are moments during CTF where you'll have, just vying for position for what feels like multiple minutes, like when it is like a, grand final or a big moment, and it's like a tie game with like a minute left, like there is that point where it's like, holy hell, like it really, the pressure, the tension's amazing.
It's intense, but like, I feel like Uplink, you always have that.
Well, it's just you have an objective that's involved at all times.
Yeah.
Like, even I thought about that. I used to drive the Codcaster back before Paradox kind of took it over and stuff. And that was one thing that I loved about it, is that like there was always the drone was always doing something. So even if I didn't have a narrative to sell, like I could hop to the drone, just talk about where it's going. Like there was just always obviously always an objective. So very, very different from CTF. But let's keep it going. Jurd, I want to talk to you next. I think we'll have a video to go with this too. But why doesn't Jurd react when Splyce beats a team like LG or Rise? And can we roll? This is a clip, I believe, from Birmingham.
Oh, yeah. I know what clip it is.
This is incredible. So you guys are about to win. I love it.
I don't know. I don't feel the need to like react and scream in their face or anything.
What's going through your head after you get the victory?
It's just another game down. On to the next one. I'll be satisfied when I win the tournament. Like, it's game by game.
But it's just interesting to me because I know, like, even if it's not like in a like competitive esport environment, like even if I'm playing a game online and like get that like crazy W, I'm freaking out in my home by myself. So just like seeing you there so calm, cool, collected. Well, I bet that helps you with these 1v3s and 1v4s when you're never like phazed by anything.
Yeah, pretty much. I don't know. It's just never really been me to react.
Okay, well, don't worry, because Tom and Mad Cat covered. They covered. Well, think about, we were talking about that comeback you had in that uplink. I remember you after that win, you almost lost your damn mind. Jurd just would have been like,
all right, next map.
Unbelievable.
Good map, guys.
All right, guys. Well, I do want to now just take a look one more time at the schedule. Obviously, right after Hot Mic, we're going to get into the matches for week 2. This is a huge week. And, Jurd, you're kicking things off versus Envy. That's a big matchup. You guys are 1-3 right now, trying to have a solid week 2 and get back kind of in the hunt for top 4. Any other matchups that really, really stand out to you guys? Just for
I think there's 3
today?
good matches that day. I mean, the 2 ones with Epsilon probably aren't going to be that.
Unless Epsilon somehow.
If Epsilon beats one of those teams, then that will shake things up.
God, what a hard day for Epsilon, though. Well, assuming FaZe gets back to form.
completely shake things up. And I think Red versus EG is a really good match. I don't know why. Maybe it's because EG plays well against us, but I think they're really good.
Yeah, that Red EG
Yeah, I
game.
think EG's really good.
That game could come
He's
down to
giving
the
you some
vetoes.
gas. What do you say?
That Red EG game will be interesting just because of the vetoes, because they're both really good at Saint Marie. So who's gonna, you know?
Well, we just talked about that, right? Yeah, those are the two teams I would never play on St.
You're
Marie.
gonna see Saint Marie, Hardpoint, and Surge. That'll be dope.
Yeah.
We very well might. Well, that'll be interesting then if like the one team that bans it, because then you're admitting like we're scared to play you on this map, even though we're good at it.
I think we'll see Saint Marie, Hardpoint for sure.
You're trying to play St. Marie.
Bring it.
Yeah. Well, hey guys, it's been fun. Jurd, Temp, App. Guys, thanks for coming on. It's always a pleasure to chat with you guys and just sort of talk about Call of Duty, but we've got a lot more to come. We've only got 1 week under the belt for Stage 2. We've got months of gameplay, then all the way to playoffs, Anaheim champs. But guys, for now, let's get to the Call of Duty. Week 2 is ready to get underway. Let's check out some CWL action.